Congratulations to Jude Idada, winner of the Nigeria Prize for Literature 2019. Well, our guest author today is a renowned agric entrepreneur who has had a career cutting across various aspects of the agriculture value chain in Nigeria. He is the founder and currently the country CEO of High Nutrients International Limited. Our focus is on his autobiography titled The Entrepreneur. It's not just a book that tells Adetoyi's intriguing life story. It's also one that is like a manual for budding and practicing entrepreneurs. Trust me, you need to watch this if you have any interest in business or if you have a young person around you who is still stuck on being a doctor, lawyer, or engineer. Not that those are not noble professions, but they might find it interesting to learn that farming could be a quicker path to making money. Please relax and enjoy this book-based chat with the unassuming Bode Adetoyi. Dr. Adetoyi, nice to have you on Channels Book Club. Thanks for hosting us. Yeah. The entrepreneur. I want us to contextualize your autobiography. There you were, growing up in a farming community, experiencing farming, not interested in farming, but that was to become your life many years later on. It's very interesting how our lives are ordered, isn't it?
Yes. Far away in primary and secondary school, whoever that is listening to me, we attest to it that I was a gifted child. And as a result of that, I don't want to become any other profession rather than to be called Dr. Bode. Okay. I want to be a medical doctor.
Because you were good in class?
Yes, because I was good in class. I was the leader throughout my primary school, throughout my secondary school. And any of my mates listening to me will say, yes, Bode is telling the truth. But as a fate will have it, I wasn't qualified. I was dropped by just 2 marks for me to qualify to be a medical doctor at the University of Ibadan.
I want us to come to that story. I want us to talk about that story because it's very interesting in your book. You wanted to study medicine.
Yes.
You had done very well in secondary school.
As a science student.
Done very well in your primary school,
yes,
secondary school. But you did not make the cutoff mark.
I did not.
Which shocked you.
2 marks.
And shocked everybody. Because people expected that you would have easily cleared.
Of course.
But again, everything was being ordered, so to speak, because you then met the famous Professor
Bode Adetoyi.
Yes. Who told you to forget about medicine, yeah, and then go into agriculture. Tell me a bit about that.
Okay. So immediately I checked my results at the University of Ibadan, and it remained 2 marks for me. I know that I have my father's junior brother, like an uncle to me, who happened to also be a senior lecturer at University of Lagos then, in far back 1988. I went to him to help me. I went to Professor Bode Adetoyi. He's also from my hometown, Otoekiti, and he's one of my mentors. I said, help me. He said, Bode, if you want to be a medical doctor, I cannot from the beginning be helping you. So if you don't cross that 2 mark, I'm sorry, I cannot help you. However, as your uncle and as your mentor, I know your father. I know your father is a hardworking farmer. Why not do agriculture and do it in a modern way? Because the only way you can become rich is to be a farmer like Obasanjo farm. Because by that time, Obasanjo farm was very popular.
Obasanjo was a role model for farmers.
Was a role model of farmers because he's educated, he's a former head of state.
He had a massive farm.
Massive farm, employ a lot of people. He said, Bode, let me also tell you another thing. You will be one of the richest person in our hometown if you take to my advice. If you want to be a medical doctor at all costs, you only have one building and maybe 2 or 3 auxiliary staff, and they will be calling you Dr. Bode. But if you have your own farm, do it in a commercial way, you will be popular, even more popular than Obasanjo in your profession, because you will now employ hundreds. And really, Professor Obebe was very right. And without, even though it was a hard thing for me to swallow, I swallowed my pride. And he told me as a friend at the University of Ilorin that go there, you might even be among the top 10 in the class. And lo and behold, when I got to the University of Ilorin, I was among top 10 that was given admission because of the mark I scored that time. I still remember I scored 259. I imagine if I have scored 261, maybe I could have been a medical doctor. But lo and behold, that was how fate drew me to agriculture. So when the day my father heard that I want to study agriculture, he was not happy. And I couldn't convince him too, because I promised him that I want to be a medical doctor, because I believe being a medical doctor, wearing stethoscope, in white, this thing, traveling abroad, operating people. Where are all this physics? Where are all this chemistry? Where are all this biology that I used to lead in comprehensive high school? Where are they? What will I tell Tunde, my friend, who is a medical doctor today? What will I tell Bayo? What will I tell Wale, who is a pharmacist today?
So it was a tough decision.
It was a tough decision.
You wrote that you cried. And
yes.
You cried. And
yes.
Okay, now, you said, you wrote here that I made a drastic detour in life at the point of getting into the university. More than any other single event, it is that detour that is responsible for the heights I have attained today. This is life, isn't it?
Yes.
This happens to a lot of people, where you want to go this way. You think that is the way you're supposed to go. You pour your all into going that way, but things happen, push you in a different direction, and you need to make that choice, whether you will stick to what you wanted to do or take that turn. You took that turn. Why did you make that turn?
I believe it's good to have a mentor and listen to your mentor, because mentors knows more than us. They have wisdom more than us. They have seen beyond nose more than us. So mentor will always lead us aright. When Professor Obebe, who has traveled wide and a professor of international repute, said study agriculture, and he highlighted what I need to gain from it. Say, I will be popular, I will have the money, I will be an employer of labor. What else? And one of my primary aim to become a medical doctor, I was thinking that I will get rich quickly too. By the time I'm operating, more patients will be coming. I didn't know that.
So you wanted to get rich?
I wanted to get rich, of course.
And medicine was your preferred route?
Because that is what I thought. Until when my mentor said, no, it's not like that. Having gathered the experience, I put few things down that I need to achieve. One, first thing I know, I need to register a company, which I did, High Nutrient International Limited. I didn't just give that name, but I want that name to say a word about the product I wanted to come out with. High nutrient. I want that product to be of higher nutrient than any other one available in the market. The international there, I wanted to take that company into the international level. So I gave myself 20 years to achieve 5 things. I want to be an employer of labor, fine. 2, I wanted to have the best mix of product for animals. 3, I said I wanted to run a world-class company that within the next 20 years will be known at the international level. 4, I said it will not be only livestock feed as at that particular time, that on Nigeria Stock Exchange, I wanted to take iNutrient to Nigeria Stock Exchange, either in Nigeria or international. That's number 4. And number 5, I said I want to be an author. Those are the 5 things I set for myself for 20 years. And I put down my paper and pen. I wrote my business plan myself, even though I took it to some classmates in Lagos Business School, to some of my teacher, to some of my mentor, to try to go through. When they certify that it's okay, the next thing will be how to source for money. And that is why it is not the money that you first look for to start business. People are making that mistake. All you need to do is to put your idea down. Put your business plan down. Let people look at it. When people look at it, people will look at money inside your business plan. And lo and behold, I said, how do I now get money? I just think straight. I say, okay, let me do an exercise. For people that I've met in life, for people that believe in me, for people that knows what I want to intend to do, I will produce 10 copies of this business plan. I will share with them. I'm not afraid that they will copy me. People will copy Bode, but they can never be like Bode. So every businessman should know, forget. In fact, a mentor told me that you are not original until when you are copied. So about 5 years down the lane, they started faking my product in Ibadan. Though NAFDAC went after them. So that proved to me that the product is original and it's working.
Dr. Adetoyi, I'm going to bring you back to that. Interesting. But those 5 goals, you set them 14 years ago.
Yes. No, I set them 14 years ago that I want to achieve it in 20 years.
20 years.
Yes.
Have you achieved all of them now?
Exactly 13 and a half years.
You are certainly an author now.
Exactly 13 and a half years. A call from France, specifically from Neovia, called me that they would like to come to Nigeria. And among all this thing, they have chosen a iNutrient. All the reasons they have, I don't know. It was not divulged to me. But I believe before a foreign company will approach you, they must have done their own background check. Since it aligns with my vision of taking the company to the international level, don't forget that 13 and a half years down the lane, I own a company now. I'm now an employer of labor. I run the company the way we were taught in Lagos Business School and Harvard. So which means I'm moving towards being an international company. Then with that call, it made my vision for 1.5 actualize my vision. To go international. So under 1 year, 2 months, the due diligence, the merger and acquisition was consummated, and that was how iNutrient became an international company. And of course, quickly I put everything together that I will be 50 years old next year. Let me put a book together. I title it the entrepreneur, because entrepreneur is not born, it is made. Yes. So I put it together so that the book entrepreneur, today I'm an author. So 14 years down the lane, what I set to achieve in 20 years, I was able to achieve it. Let me take you back to that small story after finishing my business plan. I produced 10 copies. I distributed to 10 people. Only 3 people responded. 2 people out of the 3 gave me 5 million, making 10 million. That was how, within 2 months that I started business, I have gotten 10 million capital injection. Remember, I have only 150,000 seed capital. The third person said, Bode, I cannot give you money, but I can help you bring a machine for you to produce. Why? You will be paying me instrumentally, and I will be using your product. And I make sure that the other 7 too, they say I should not feel bad. They don't want to partner with anybody for now, but all your products, we will be buying it. And we will not, just like your former company, we will not pay in 1 month after delivery. We will be paying you on the spot. And that is why the lesson out of it is for human being, when you are working, be careful, with people you are dealing with. Be straightforward, be truthful, and let people vouch for you. If they don't vouch for me, I cannot gather that 10 million naira.
Reading through your book, reading your story, I thought I knew Agric until I read your book. I thought I knew a bit of Agric until I read your book. The opportunities in Agric are tremendous.
Yes.
They're enormous,
Yes.
isn't it? And you exposed that in your book, not just by telling your story, the areas of Agric you went through, when you were working, when you started your own business. I learned about premix manufacturing, additives, animal feeds, and all those things. I didn't study Agric, but the opportunities are enormous, aren't they?
Yes.
In the field of Agric?
Yes.
Tell me a bit about how that unfolded to you as you followed your mentor's advice that very day. How did that unfold to you?
In agriculture, we have the crop, maize. You want to go into maize farming, you want to go into sorghum. There are so many areas in maize, in beauty, they use maize. In livestock feed, say 70% of the feed for animal is maize and soya. We have a lot of land into it. Then, in Lagos alone, we are slaughtering between 10,000 and 15,000 daily of a cow. At average of 150,000 per cow, that is multi-billion daily. Then people that are processing the bone, the blood, skin, hide and skin, so many things. We have so many value chains. Take a chicken, for example. You can grow broiler in 6 weeks. From day 06, you already have a 2 kg broiler, the one they sell in all this our fast food. Or you want to go into layer farming, in 6 months, you are having eggs, and the chicken will live for the next 72 weeks. Nigeria today produce more than 15 billion eggs. We are the biggest producer of egg in Africa today. Third in broiler. Second in fish. But if it's catfish, we are number 1. But when you combine the two together, Egypt is number 1 when we combine a catfish with tilapia. So many. Then in feed milling, you can produce feed for kind of animal, for poultry, for cattle, for fish, for micro livestock, even for wild animals that are in the zoo. We can produce a lot of feed there. The area of sourcing along the value chain there is to provide ingredient to make the complete feed, even though I still make cattle feed for my cattle runs in Oyo.
I hope you enjoyed that. We'll be showing you the concluding part of that interview on the next episode. You might want to look out for that. As always, we'll be delighted to get your feedback through any of our social media platforms displayed on your screen. I am Olakunle Kasumo. Remember, one great book can change your life. Bye-bye.